I think Bitcoin is going to hit new all-time highs in the coming 60 months, and you have to be preparing yourself right now here. So in this exact video, I will be discussing 4 compelling reasons about why I am so excited about Bitcoin and why I am almost going all in to Bitcoin right now. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up that like button if you do like these higher quality videos, and if you do like these stock videos, just let me know in the comment section down below. I would definitely appreciate if you could smash up that like button. But anyways, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So first of all, the first compelling reason why I'm super excited about Bitcoin right now is the long-term holders compared to the short-term holders. If we're looking at the chart that I'm going to be popping up on the screen right now here, is that clearly a thing that we can currently see here is that the long-term holders remain to be resilient and remain to be accumulating, while in fact the short-term holders are losing attention and they're not accumulating. And this is a clear signal that there is not a lot of hype or newbies entering the market right now here, but due to the fact that also BlackRock is currently aping into Bitcoin and all these ETFs are entering the markets, this is actually an interesting signal. And all these companies behind the ETF filings, what I call smart money, are literally accumulating right now here, while in fact the short-term supply is not paying attention towards it. And if we're also looking at this chart, historically speaking, once the short-term holders are not interested in buying Bitcoin on the market, it is actually a time where you want to be accumulating, because once the hype is there and they are buying, or your neighbors are asking you, should I be buying Bitcoin, that is usually the top signal in the market. So honestly, it is right now a very compelling reason to be actually looking into Bitcoin. And more importantly, you have to understand that in these periods where there is low interest, the opportunity is much higher. So reason number 2 why I'm super excited about Bitcoin right now and why I think it's going to hit new all-time highs actually in 2024, and why I think it's already going to be doing very well in 2023 in this last quarter of the year, is BlackRock and all these ETF filings that we're currently having. So first of all, many people are saying that ETFs are not going to be a big game changer, but you have to understand, first of all, an ETF would mean recognition from Wall Street. Second of all, it means that people don't have to do their own custody for Bitcoin. Third of all, in the US, there are big tax advantages for holding an ETF instead of just the coin themselves. And yes, you can also create debt against an ETF, and you have got all kinds of tax advantages with them as well. So it's super, super important to have an ETF on the market. And the ex-director from BlackRock, he is forecasting that it's going to get accepted within the coming 3 to 6 months, and it will lead towards a $200 billion inflow in the first year or so. And that will be massive, because you have to understand, Bitcoin's market cap is currently $500 billion, but you have to understand that Bitcoin is not completely liquid, and due to that, $200 billion could maybe even move Bitcoin up more than 100% from the current point, and that would potentially mean that Bitcoin is going to hit new all-time highs after the BlackRock ETF is going to get accepted. So I am super excited about it. And also you have to understand that many people are arguing, when is it going to be happening? We are right now sure that there is a general consensus that it is going to be happening 75% chance in 2023 and an approximately 95% chance in 2024. But in my opinion, it is more likely to happen in 2023. Here is why. Because they will not allow the BlackRock Spot ETF to get accepted and then deny all the other ones, because that will be unfair for all the other ETFs. And that is why probably they're going to launch all the ETFs at the same time. And the first Bitcoin Spot ETF application was from ARK Invest. So the final deadline from the ARK Invest Bitcoin Spot ETF is on the 11th of January. So I will be expecting that before the 11th of January, we're going to get this Bitcoin Spot ETF accepted. And that would definitely mean that we're going to see some very bullish price action before that. And considering it's going to be Christmas and New Year before, we're probably going to see the first Bitcoin Spot ETF hitting the market. I mean, all the Bitcoin Spot ETFs hitting the market in December 2023 most likely. And since it's not priced in the market, we could see a massive pump towards the upside due to that exactly. And since the Bitcoin and Ethereum filing of the spot ETFs are very similar, I also would expect that Ethereum is actually going to be moving up significantly as well. And since the market cap of Ethereum is a little bit lower, Ethereum could even potentially outperform Bitcoin on this next rally towards the upside. So if you want to be trading crypto or anything, I currently have a long position open on Ethereum with 2x leverage with on approximately 140,000 US dollars, and I am trying to catch this massive swing trade position to make a ton of money in the next round towards the upside, and that is why I'm accumulating it right now, because I believe that we're currently at the lows before the fireworks is really going to start. And if I can catch this position, and I will definitely will, I will make a ton of money. So if you're interested in trading, guys, you can right now go to the link description of today's video, where you deposit only $100, you can get a free 1,000 US dollar airdrop position on BYBIT, so make sure to check it out right now. Then the third compelling reason why I think this is a very good opportunity to actually accumulate your Bitcoin around this time is due to the fact that we're right in the final stage before the bull market is going to happen. And it's of course according to this chart, but also according to the fact that only 180 days from now on, we're going to have the next Bitcoin halving, and that is going to be a massive event in the market, and that would definitely cause probably a lot of price spikes as well in this market. So I'm super excited about that. I mean, yes, only 180 days out before the next halving. Historically speaking, if we're looking at Bitcoin, usually 6 months after the halving hits the market, we tend to see exponential price rallies. So let's see how it's going to be this time around here, but definitely due to the fact that the halving is so close, and at the same time we can actually see that a lot of Bitcoin on the exchanges are getting withdrawal. So the available liquidity on the market is decreasing rapidly, while also the halving is going to create an even bigger supply shock, because yeah, there's going to be less produced. I am actually expecting a huge supply shock on the price of Bitcoin, and we will really start to see this in the next bull run, as of course more people withdraw their Bitcoin from exchanges and more people buy up Bitcoin. There's going to be less available in the market, and that is going to ultimately create that scarcity shock that we're waiting for Bitcoin. Of course, this halving and the following halvings, I mean, in the coming 150 years from now on, we're going to be mining the last 8% of Bitcoin supply, what is going to be absolutely massive. And yeah, that is just a reason to get myself very excited about the market right now here. And I mean, my last fourth compelling very reason about Bitcoin and why I'm so excited about it is just purely the charts. I mean, everything is pointing towards the same direction in what stage of the cycle we're currently in here. Of course, there could be some drawdowns, and if Bitcoin really comes down in Q4 2023, I actually see this as a very big gift here, since Bitcoin, in my opinion, is super undervalued if you compare it to all the other assets in the world right now here. And of course, if somewhat of a crash will happen globally, you have to understand it will only be a bigger opportunity for Bitcoin, since yes, once the stock market crashes, some people see it as a negative side here, but you have to understand, once the stock market crashes, and Bitcoin will probably follow at that time, they're going to inject liquidity. And you know what's going to happen once they inject liquidity? It's going to be pumping the market. So if Bitcoin were to be following a big crash here with the S&P 500, I would see it as a gift here, not as necessarily a risk in the market. Of course, it will be bad for the short term, but in the end of the day, it will be a massive buying opportunity. But the charts are all pointing towards the same direction. If we can be breaking above this 32,000 US dollar level that you currently can see on the screen, I mean, I will be super excited to see the next phase on the market. I mean, 32,000 US dollars has been the main support from the previous bull run, and right now is the main resistance from this bear market. And if we break above this exact level right here, we could be in for a massive treat here. So the main resistance to break is 32,000 US dollars, and if we break it, we're going to go big. And you have to see it like a cracker. The more times you test support, the more likely it's going to break. You saw it in the previous bull run, and the more times we're going to retest it right now as resistance in this bear market, the more likely it is going to be that we're actually going to be breaking above it, and we're going to see that continuation towards the upside. So I'm super excited to see this level getting broken, and I expect it's going to be happening anytime soon. And once it happens, probably after the ETFs are going to get approved, or maybe earlier, because of some other news, we are going to see massive rallies towards the upside. And due to the fact that money is devaluating very quickly in this period of time, and the S&P 500 is dropping, well, in fact, Bitcoin is still holding quite steadily. I think we're doing quite an extraordinary job for Bitcoin. So I'm super excited for the next bull run. I think we still got 12 to 18 months to accumulate for the next massive run up here, and I am exactly doing that here. And I'm benefiting from leverage in the market while trading on BYBIT to maximize my gains in the next bull run. So if you're interested in trading, check out the links below here. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video, guys. Let me know if you do like these kinds of content, then I will make more of it in the future. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.